we gotta talk about some Jujutsu Kaisen content, because Jujutsu Kaisen for the past like 5 episodes has been just unstoppable. Toji and company versus Dagon. Then later on, we have Toji and Megumi. Then we have Sukuna and Jogo, which aired recently, episode 16 of season 2, episode 40 overall. Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen has been smoking. Very enjoyable. If you don't know, now you know. I've been doing my reactions over first on Patreon, later uploaded to the Cole-san YouTube channel. All links in the description box down below. However, oh boy, man, I'm not too sure if they can finish a season of JJK. Because right now, things over at MAPPA are looking really bad. Like really bad, to the point where a lot of people across the spectrum that are part of the production, whether it's the director, whether it's the animators, they're walking out. Allegedly, they're walking out. They're saying sayonara. And mind you, this is the same studio that had a full 1 month break in August after the hidden inventory arc, where they took the quote-unquote time to really focus and hone in on the production quality of the Shibuya incident arc. And a lot of folks read the manga, not I, and don't start. I'll get to the manga, but only where the anime stops, okay? I'll keep it a stack. But that being said though, people have been talking about the Shibuya incident arc as if it were one of the best arcs to ever exist in shonen. And the anime, honestly, has been... It has lived up to the expectations. Real quick, latest episode dropped, and this was the Megumi and Toji stuff, and then we have the Sukuna and Jogo material. First of all, if you don't know, now you know. Huge Toji simp. Huge Toji simp. I stand with the monkey.
Gojo Satoru wa ore ga koroshita.
The man who killed Gojo Satoru, Toji Fushiguro. And I thought it was a pretty outstanding scene when you have Toji literally slowly poke the rubble when Megumi spawns in those fleeing hairs. I thought that was absolutely outstanding. And personally speaking, my favorite moment of the week in all anime I saw last week. But when he was blocking Fushiguro, then later on, when he was throwing the manholes at Fushiguro, like these frisbees, like these discus, and then later on, when he tries to hunt him down, Fushiguro activates the sprinklers above him, has the new Dueling attack in the middle of that floor. Yeah, bro. Even the end of it all. Mwah. When he says a similar line he said in the last arc, and then when he hears Megumi say Fushiguro,
Zein janee no ka.
Whoa! And even Fushiguro had this really cool plan of setting up the alleyway, so he knew that Toji was gonna charge. Then he steps on the fleeing hair rabbits. He gets sunk to like a little portal domain thing. That whole sequence was outstanding. And what I didn't realize until after the fact were that there were scenes during this fight between Toji and Megumi that were direct references to Rurouni Kenshin. When Toji has the sharpened end of the 3-section staff like this, it's the exact same stance that Hajime Saito does in Rurouni Kenshin. And that sort of circle cross effect, when he does that thrust, it's the same thing as Kenshin Himura's Amekake Ryu no Hiyamaki, his ultimate move, as far as I remember. The fact that they had those direct Rurouni Kenshin references in this episode, very similar to how in the Mahito versus Mechamaru episode, they had references to Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann and Neon Genesis Evangelion, I thought excellent. As a Kenshin fan, it only makes that fight between Megumi and Toji all the more better. But then of course, obviously, later on in the episode, the Mad Lad Sukuna. Oh man, Sukuna and Jogo, studly. Seeing what they were doing to the surrounding city of Shibuya, like literally just rivers of magma, but then Sukuna was just severing all these things. The moment when Jogo made these gigantic magma-like hands and he grabbed 2 buildings and he pressed them together in an attempt to kill Sukuna, that was trippy. I gotta lie to you, man. The meteor move, woo! The meteor move that Jogo pulled out scared me. The best way I can describe it, it kind of reminded me of a version of Ace's Entei from One Piece, but then it sort of had these features that are very Chibaku Tensei that you see Pain do in Naruto. I think during my Patreon stream, when I was reacting to it, I remember someone said that Jogo is actually taking all the material in the area and he's heating it up and then condensing and expanding it to make that sort of meteor sphere. But then when Sukuna walks in the middle of Panda's group, bro. Again, I don't read the manga, but if Kusakabe, the guy with Panda, if he survives and his kids in the future ask him, hey, Dad, have you ever met Sukuna before? His immediate reaction is this. Instant trauma, instant pain. Oh, no, I can't. No, I can't. He just can't do it, bro. Because when Sukuna rolled on up, whoa, no one moves, right? In a 100-meter radius, which is like 320 feet, in a 100-meter radius, no one moved. No, wait, whoa. Mata, no. Bro, Sukuna was a menace. The Fuga thing was very interesting, and he said that he wasn't gonna go and actually explain what it was, which is like the idea of essentially, when you explain it, your powers become more powerful, but he wouldn't do something cowardly like that in front of someone like Jogo. There's no reason to. But I also noticed how the fire style animation is very similar to what we see in Hell's Paradise with Gabimaru's Ascetic Blaze. You can actually kind of notice that there are hints of purple and green in the fire animation, which make it seem a lot more supernatural, a lot more mystical. And that does make sense. It's both Hell's Paradise and JJK are under MAPPA's wing. What that deal is in the future, we'll find out, and hopefully I'm gonna get to it. Big shout outs to the director of the episode, Itsuki Tsuchigami. The animation overall for the episode I thought was interesting. It wasn't like the crispest or the smoothest, but when it came to the fluidity, action, a very dynamic and jerky feel to it, I thought it was very outstanding. And those Sukuna impact frames were intense. So big ups to the animators like Glenso or Hone, Buranko, and many more that took part in the creation of this episode of JJK. However, now here's where things kind of go on the dark path. There was news that dropped essentially, first done on Reddit that I saw, and then I saw Chibi talk about it on his Twitter account, where essentially things have just cascaded, a free fall in the MAPPA studios to the point where apparently animators have walked out. They're done. Chibi actually mentioned an old school animator by the name of Hakuyu Go, and that name did sound familiar. I had to look it up real quick. Yeah, this person was the one that did the All Might versus the Gnome, like one of the most iconic scenes in MHA, right? So this guy is well known in the industry, does some very damn good work, and this person was saying literally throw your key cards for the company in the trash when you leave work. That's no good.
No good.
And as far as I can tell, culturally speaking, it is harder in a lot of cases for Japanese people to have that sort of rebelliousness that, let's say, you would see here over in the West, where I think it's harder for people over there to really go out of their way to just drop what they do for the company and just bounce. So much so to the point where, like you've heard before, that the work culture in Japan is so rigorous and notorious that people would literally work themselves to death. They'd worked so much that their hearts would literally stop beating in the middle of training, stuff like that. They just pass away. And I have seen so many anime productions like Wonder Egg or Isekai Oji-san or Zon 100, where these animes have major stalls or just completely fall off and fail, where like it's consistently good quality amazing stuff, but then you find out in the background that the animators and the directors, they are working beyond belief, not leaving the building for days on end, going to the hospital. It's bad. JJK MAPPA, even though there was that 1 month break early in the year, nah, nowhere near enough time. Some quotes from the Reddit post read as such: bad news come in and it rapidly faded away. The most boring ending imaginable. The festival's over. Yes, break up. I'm seriously deflated. Nothing is fun anymore. I can't stand it. And that is from the director of JJK Season 2, Episode 13, Ari Kazuto. Then allegedly, in a now deleted tweet by a main animator Kato, when referring to JJK, just said, "I'll just leave you with the word scum." And Fleably on their Twitter account literally just posted, "Owarida, it's Jover, it's over." That, so, oh boy. So honestly, I'm not too sure at all if it's as bad as Chibi makes it out to be, where in which it's gonna be the end of MAPPA Studios. I'm not sure if it's that bad per se. The key thing that many animators seem to be talking about the most is just they need more time. Though again, like with many series, there could be a genuine need to have a delay before you get to like the final sections, let's say, of the Shibuya incident arc in the JJK anime. At the end of the Reddit post, they do refer to someone that is affiliated in some way with the Sakuga blog named Kevin, where on their Twitter account, they have some comments about this ongoing MAPPA situation. Reminder that if you hire teams of young, materially ambitious creators because you want to exploit the bombastic appeal of their work, it's not their failing if it becomes impossible to comply with your studio's pathetic planning. They didn't doom the schedule, it already was. And there's something that I never really thought about, where, oh yeah, a lot of cats that are actually working on these projects nowadays are probably younger. Even though Japan, people already know by now that the population is mostly like older in general, just how you have a lot of new game developers that come into the gaming scene because they genuinely love gaming and they want to try and genuinely make the best quality games they can. In a very similar way for animators, a lot of new cats come into the fray to try and make the best quality, the most hype, the most intriguing, and the most fun and inspiring animation they possibly can, and in their own unique way. But if the scheduling is so bad to where they're forced to hunker down in the studio, in the building for like days on end, without going back home, very little sleep, they're all stressed out of their minds, some of them contemplating pressing the shutdown button, you know? So as Reddit post said, keep in mind that it's not like, okay, MAPPA's all bad, because they have to meet certain deadlines when it comes to airing on television, given their time slots, wherever they are, or let's say Toho or Shueisha, they have to give the clear for, let's say, doing a delay, things of that sort. And then when you do a delay, that means that the entire thing has to come down to a pause. Everything is delayed. So things like Blu-ray DVD sales, merchandise sales, anything involving television or streaming showcases, things like that. So everything comes to a crawl, and then you have to spend even more money to readjust for the delay in the production. So let's say MAPPA had a pool of money allocated to advertising JJK in Japan for 2023, but then because of the delays, it rolls over to 2024, like deep 2024, they have to spend more money now on more advertisements for the final section of season 2 of JJK, which might lead to the entire production cost of JJK season 2 making very little profits cumulatively, no profits, or potentially you go negative, and MAPPA would lose money while producing JJK season 2. So even though a lot of new cats do come into the industry with the intention of doing cool things, being a part of amazing productions, being a part of amazing episodes and movies, and just having an overall good time, the bottom line, unfortunately, but it is reality, the bottom line also does matter too. Because a lot of those things can't happen unless the bottom line is taken care of and the company is making money. Of course, many anime fans know by now that MAPPA is kind of notorious for pushing a lot of their animators and staff pretty hard, so they're not absolved from any sins here. And as a wise man Kratos once said, MAPPA has to just be better. As a big JJK fan, I definitely do hope for a proper resolution to all this. But after episode 18 or 17, allegedly, things just may not exist for a while in JJK, which would be tragic. So even though the anime has been outstanding, it's been outstanding for the Shibuya and even previously for the Hidden Inventory arc, it's not without its cost. And the costs are massive. So we'll see in the future how things go. But until then, if you enjoy this video, then make sure to smash that like button. Of course, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to join the notification squad. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. I'm gonna catch you cats on the flip side.
See you. Bye bye.